Hi guys, today I got my OnePlus One and I wanted to share my first impressions. I intentionally planned on doing an unboxing video. I didn't do this because my unboxings, I'm way too nitpicky when I get a device first and I check everything and I complain about everything. But after a few minutes things get small and the things I complain about, so I didn't really want to make up for that. So I used it for about 4 hours and here are my first impressions. The first thing, just real quick, a size comparison with the Nexus 5. You can see it is quite bigger. Also in terms of the weight, in the width, you can see it is bigger. But surprisingly, due to this curve, it is not the biggest one, but it feels pretty nice. It feels definitely thinner than the Nexus 5. It feels pretty nice, and yes, as you can see, I can't reach the top as much as I try to. But I think I can get used to 5.5 inches, what I didn't really expect it to be. So one thing I want to mention, and I'm really happy about this, I can access this. I thought it wouldn't be possible because this was the biggest problem for me. Can I still use the slide out menu? And it works, of course, in both directions. And I'm pretty happy about that. I can't reach the top as much as I try, but the good thing is, since I use gestures, if I want to enter my quick setting styles, I have one gesture here and I have another one for the status bar, for the notification bar. So this is no problem for me. The device is already rooted, otherwise it's stock. But I can access everything, and due to all these gestures I have on all the sides, I can do most of the stuff I usually can't do with one-handed device. So if I have my browser here, let's check, I can quickly access the bookmarks because I do a double swipe. This is just what the browser comes with, and all the browsers, the others work as well the same. I can access the the recent apps. I still have the buttons here on, but I'm planning on disabling them as well, so I can use completely no navigation visible, no nav buttons and no hardware buttons. I still have to figure out. I think I will need exposed framework, but the first few days I don't want to use exposed yet, just to see if it has any impact. But otherwise, in terms of the design, like I said, it feels very premium. Nothing is bending here. This is something I have to get used to because everyone says it feels really great, and it definitely doesn't feel bad, but I don't know, I have to get used to it. It is a bit of a weird feeling because it feels like sandpaper, like a fine one, I would say 250 or something like that. But it's definitely very grippy. I have no problem with the device not being grippy and feels very premium, really absolutely premium. And what I really like is the positioning of the buttons. Those for the volume are good. And for the power button, I would say it is here. And if I use the device, this is the way I hold it. The button is here. And this is a very good position. The perfect one for me would be here. If you can see this, the button is here. I want it here. This would be, for me, the perfect position when I take it out of my pocket. But this is pretty nice. And if you compare it real quick with the Nexus 5, here is the OnePlus, and up here, so even more, up there is the Nexus 5 power button, because if you can check it, I hold it like this. I have to stretch this much. On the OnePlus, it's not that much. For me, it's the more comfortable way. The power button, the volume buttons are okay. I would prefer them to be maybe over the power button if it would be below, but no issue at all. Volume headphone jack, I would like it up there, but it is okay. In terms of the speaker, we have stereo, and same as on Nexus 5, if I hold it normally, I block the left one. But therefore I have the right one, so at least I get one. So, but I'm usually not holding it like this. And one thing I wanted quickly to mention, if the sound maybe is bad or the camera angle is a bit weird, I changed my setup and I have to get used to it. I didn't really get used to the new microphone or the camera position due to my new tripod. But as for the design, real quick, it feels great. And 5.5 is way more manageable than I thought. At least for me, with all my gestures, I have to use it for a few days to really know how good it actually is. Of course, I would prefer it to be a bit more a bit smaller in terms of the tallness of the longevity, because then I could maybe reach this one without having to get around. But as I told you, I can access everything. This is not the problem. The display itself, if we compare it real quick with the Nexus 5, and you will definitely notice a big difference here. Let me quickly check it. Okay, as you can see, the whites here, definitely look better right now on the OnePlus, but I prefer colder colors, and the colors of the white especially on the OnePlus One is definitely warmer. I don't really have yet this blue issue, this yellow issue people have here down here. I see a very slight yellow tint here, but I have the exact same thing on my Nexus 5, and I usually get used to it because I don't have that many white things up there, and if you have the nav bar you won't see it at all, but I don't really see it. I maybe more think I see it, but like I said, I prefer colder colors, and the Nexus and the OnePlus One definitely has a bit warmer colors. If you can see the colors right now here, and my first impressions are the Nexus 5 is slightly more my favorite in terms of the color accuracy and so on. But the good thing is, and let me quickly show you this in the drivers, in the settings, if we go to display, we can change the colors here. You have the options and you can adjust them here in the saturation similar. I'm using it stock right now until I get a good setting, but overall I'm at 100%, and you maybe saw it before. Both are pretty bright, and I would say the OnePlus is definitely bright enough, shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure at which brightness I will use it. Usually I use my Nexus 5 on 20. This is 20 right now, and usually I'm pretty happy with 20. As you can see, 100 is a difference. So the display, in terms of sharpness, yes, it is very sharp, but I really didn't expect anything else. It is not like it is not less sharp than the Nexus 5. Of course we have a less higher density, but with only 1.5 inches of display difference, it is not enough. So it is definitely sharp. The colors are okay. I would wish for a bit colder white, and I heard there will be an option coming for a white balance. This would be really nice if that would come, so I can change this. About the sound, we have stereo speakers, and I don't block this one, but definitely the volume is higher than on the Nexus 5, a lot higher. The sound is not really good. This, I can say this, because there is not really any bass, and the little bass it has even lets the device vibrate a little bit, but the sound definitely is not good. But as long as it's louder than the Nexus 5, I'm actually happy with it. YouTube videos and everything were loud enough. I had no real problem with that. So just real quick about the performance. Oh yeah, I forgot that. As you can see here, it is very fast, and also if we check app switching, it is very zippy. I changed my animation duration to 0.35, so not even 0.5, because 0.5, like I usually use, felt slower for me. I had to use 0.3, maybe because it's the bigger display or something like that. But with 0.3, I'm actually 0.35. I am happy, and as you can see here, everything is smooth. And so far, it looks about pretty much the same as the Nexus 5. One thing maybe that does seem a bit worse is the touch responsibility. There, the Nexus 5 had a little bit upper hand because the capacitive buttons, they seem pretty delayed. When I hit the button, as you can see here, it takes quite a long while until something happens. If I use a gesture, you can see things work way faster. So that's why I also want gestures. For me, gestures are faster, more accurate, and I don't have to hassle about, because right now I have to find this button, but my gesture is for 1/3, so I definitely always find my gestures. I'm so used to them, I can't really do anything else. But the touch responsibility, I don't think it will be an issue, but it's definitely, I think, slightly worse. And about the zippiness and everything else, I can't really say that much, but so far I am happy with the performance. I can't say anything about the battery life yet, so don't get me wrong here. The sound, as I said, seems good. The display is fine. The overall build quality is fantastic. The design feels good. So yeah, I will give it a full review. You should expect it end of next week. And one thing I wanted to mention, a lot of people hate OnePlus, especially the company, maybe not even the phone. But I'm not considering this right now. In the review I will talk about it, because they screwed some things up, even for me, because my device should have arrived yesterday, but they forgot to put the house number on the address, and the DHL Express didn't have a number, so they didn't send it to me. I had to contact them and sort things out. Now I have it, and I will give it the full treatment. So far what was the biggest concern for me, the size, and it is not as worth as I thought. One thing I really like over the Nexus 5 is the build quality, the button placement, and the overall feel. I can't really, one thing it will definitely be way worse is the custom ROM support. Here the Nexus 5 just will stay definitely so much ahead, but I have to say I know CyanogenMod, and I think even doing a CyanogenMod review just for the OnePlus One, because right now I'm pretty happy with the CyanogenMod, but I really hope to get a good ROM, a really great ROM like maybe Nadi, because I know one of the maintainers already ordered his device, and I really, if I get Madi on the OnePlus One, I'm in custom ROM heaven. I don't need anything more, because Madi for me is the best ROM in overall features, performance, and everything. So if I get that, but otherwise I think I could easily get away with what CyanogenMod. Everything works pretty nice. The features that are there make sense. Like as you can see here, if I draw a V, it turns on. Yeah, of course. Oh no, I disabled it. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, forget that. Oh, it didn't. It did turn on. I just didn't see it. You have gestures for when the screen is awake. You have double tap. So in overall, which is disabled also. It is a pretty nice device so far. I'm definitely not disappointed. I'm definitely not overly impressed. It is pretty much what I expected it to be. I yet have to see a few other things. But so far, I will give it the full treatment expected soon. So yeah, is it worth the hype? I can't say. For the price, it's a very, very good device so far, but if it's worth the hype, I'm not sure. For everyone it's different. If you can wait for the device or don't even plan on buying it right now, it should be no problem. But if you definitely want to have it right now and can't get it, of course, I understand why people get pissed. I'm pretty happy I got the invite to buy mine. So yeah, if you have any further questions, just tell them in the comments and I will answer them either right now or within my review. If you like this video, like I said, it is a quick and dirty first impressions video. I didn't really think to, but because I can't wait to play a little bit longer for it, because every new device, especially one I bought for myself, is something that excites me a lot, and I really want to give it the full testing treatment, find every quirk, find everything that I can complain about. I can warn you why you shouldn't buy it or why you should buy it. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Okay, until next time.